Hey mama, if you're listening to this, you might be carrying a secret that feels too heavy to speak out loud. You look like you got it all together, you serve at church, maybe you even lead a Bible study. You smile when you drop off the kids, but no one sees the other side of you, the one that comes out behind closed doors. At home, you are a completely different person. You yell, you explode, you scream at your kids, sometimes in their face. You tell them to shut up. You grab them too harshly. You throw things across the room. You smack them in anger, twist their ears, spank them in rage, and immediately after, you are hit with a tidal wave of shame. You cry alone in your room and you whisper, "God, what is wrong with me?" You feel scared and disgusted by your own reactions. You're terrified that someone might find out. You wonder if your kids would be better off without you. You feel unworthy, broken, and too far gone to be redeemed. You try to fix this on your own. You listen to podcasts, parenting books, download freebies, but nothing changes. You keep falling back into the same patterns, and it feels like you are stuck in a cycle that you can't break. You don't trust yourself anymore, and if you're honest, you are afraid of who you become. But here's the truth, Mama. You are not beyond hope. You're not alone, and with God's help and the right support, you can change. I'm Elizabeth, a mom of 4 and an anger management coach for Christian moms. And inside my Calm Christian Mom coaching program, I guide women just like you through a powerful transformation. This isn't shallow behavior management. We go deep. We address your triggers, your stress, your mindset, your nervous system, and the spiritual root behind your patterns. We invite God into every layer and walk hand in hand towards healing. In just 12 weeks, you can become a completely different mom, unrecognizable. One who leads with patience, not panic. One whose children feel emotionally safe around her. One who cultivates peace. This summer, I'm offering a Calm Mama strategy session, a powerful 15-minute one-on-one coaching session designed to help you uncover the root of your anger and receive spiritual, emotional, and practical support. It's your chance to experience what coaching is like with me before diving deeper into ongoing support. If we both feel like the full program is the next right step, we can talk about what that looks like for you. You don't have to keep living like this. Your family is worth healing, and so are you. Use the link in the show notes to book the Calm Mama strategy session. Happy early Mother's Day. I want you to know that you are the best mom for your kids. I know you might not feel like it right now, but you are. You were chosen by God out of all the women in the world to be your children's mom. God is in it with you, and He will equip you in this role. If you ever felt like you don't do enough, I want you to watch this YouTube video. I will link it in the show notes. I saw this video about, maybe 10 years ago, whenever it first came out, maybe a little bit later. But every time I watch it, I tear up. It reminds me of how much we do as moms for our children, even if we feel like it's never good enough. You are doing a great job. You're doing a phenomenal job. I want you to say that to yourself. I am doing a great job. I'm doing my best to my mental and physical capacity. Okay, let's talk about allowing motherhood to bring out the best in us. If you ever feel like motherhood has brought out the worst in you, the impatience you never knew you had, the anger you swore you would never show, the shame you can't seem to shake, friend, you are not alone. But what if I told you that motherhood, this messy, stretching, sanctifying season, was actually God's invitation? An invitation to become the woman you long to be, the mom your heart aches to become, the mom your kids desperately need. Today I'm going to show you how God can use motherhood to bring out the very best in you, if you let Him. Today, I want to start by asking you an honest question. Is motherhood bringing out the best in you or the worst? If you're anything like me, you know that motherhood has its way of bringing out both to the surface. It shows our weaknesses, but also invites us to step into the woman God is calling us to be. God didn't design motherhood to break you. He designed it to mold you, to grow you, and to sanctify you into His image. Today, I'm going to share 3 ways that motherhood can bring out the best in you as a Christian mom if you're willing to lean into God's refining work. So let's dive in. Point number 1 is motherhood deepens your dependence on God. There's only so much we can do with our own strength. Yes, we can do healthy habits and get up before our kids and learn the tools and the skills, but there's only so much we can do until we hit a wall. Before motherhood, maybe you felt like you were capable of handling life in your own strength, but parenting quickly shows you that you are not enough on your own, and that's actually a gift, my friend. Motherhood draws us into a constant daily reliance on God, not just when things are hard, but every moment of every day. It teaches us that the only way to truly parent with patience, wisdom, and grace is to stay deeply connected to the source of strength, and that is Jesus Christ Himself. Like I said, there's only so far you can go with your own strength. Yes, you can do some things, and you're still going to hit a wall where you feel completely helpless and stuck, and you need to rely on God and invite Him into the process. So I want to ask you this: how is motherhood drawing me closer to God in this season? That is a really great question to journal on and to reflect on. Okay, let's move on to step 2. Point 2. Motherhood exposes your weaknesses so God can strengthen you. Motherhood has its way of shining a light in the areas where we struggle: impatience, pride, anger, other control. But God doesn't expose those things to shame us. He brings them to the surface to heal us. In 2 Corinthians 12:9, it says, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." Your struggles are not proof that you're failing. They're proof that you are a human. And that's normal. We all make mistakes. We all mess up. And that means that they are invitations to lean on God, on His strength instead of your own. Growth begins when you acknowledge your weaknesses and allow God to fill the gaps with His grace. So what struggle in motherhood is actually God's invitation for you to trust Him more deeply? Which struggle is that for you? I know that for me personally, anger was one of them. That is something that I really need to deeply rely on God to help me through. Yes, I was able to do some things on my own, but I hit a wall where I needed God to walk alongside me. Okay, point number 3. Motherhood shapes you into a woman of great character. Every hard moment you have with your kids, every tantrum, every conflict, every exhausted night is a chance for Christ to form you into His character, into the woman that He's calling you to be. And that is something that we work on in the first week when we work together. We form an I am statement of what kind of woman God is calling you to be in this season. And every hard moment, every tantrum, every challenge is an opportunity for you to show up as that woman. How are you going to grow into that person if everything is ever perfect? How are you going to learn to be patient and lighthearted and tender and gentle-hearted if everything is always your way and you don't have to work on those qualities? The only way we grow into that person is when we have opportunities to practice that character quality. Motherhood teaches us patience, even when you want to snap. Yes, there's so many opportunities for you to become patient and grow your patience. It cultivates humility when you realize that you don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. Sometimes my clients ask me a question and I say, you know what? I don't know the answer to that right now. I'll have to think on it, pray on it, and I'll get back to you. And right now, I have a teenager who is 13 years old. We're encountering some things that I've never dealt with before. This is my first time raising a teenager. And I find myself at times not knowing how to handle things. And that is when we lean on God. Ultimately, motherhood offers us the opportunity to become the mom everyone wishes they had. A mom who is safe, nurturing, emotionally connected, and Christ-like. So many years ago, we were at Cracker Barrel with my husband, and I think we had only 2 kids at that time. Maybe we just had our third. And if you walk into Cracker Barrel, at least some of them, is they have a store as soon as you walk in that you can walk around and find all these cute items. And I saw this sign that said, "You are the mom everybody wishes they had." And when I saw that sign at that store, I thought, I need to get this for my mom. My mom is the mom that everybody wishes they had. She's the mom that I really look up to. She's the mom that I have a good, safe relationship with. She's the mom that I can count on that's going to pray for me. A mom that's going to be stable. A mom who's not going to freak out over the smallest things. She's a mom that I can trust. So tell me, are you the mom for your kids that everybody wishes they had? Do you have the character qualities that God is calling you to have in motherhood? To be that safe, nurturing, emotionally connected, and Christ-like mom? What if Christ-like character is God building in you through motherhood right now? What if this is the season that God wants you to grow closer to Him and have a Christ-like character towards your children? You can't sit there and think, one day I'll be able to do this work. One day. If you just keep pushing it off, when are you actually going to do it? Your time is passing. Your kids are growing up. This is the atmosphere that they're growing up in. And I would encourage you to intentionally work on yourself to become the mom that God is calling you to be. My friend, motherhood is not meant to break you. It's meant to build you. It's your chance to grow closer to God, to be strengthened where you are weak, and to become the woman He is creating you to be. You don't have to stay stuck in anger, the guilt, the shame. You don't have to keep hating the mom that you've become. There is a better way, and it's not through trying harder or doing more. It's through surrendering to God's refining work in your heart. If today you feel desperate for change, if you're done staying stuck and you're ready to finally become the calm, safe, loving mom that your heart longs to be, I want to personally invite you to join my Calm Christian Mom coaching program. Mother's Day is just around the corner. May this be your Mother's Day gift for you and your family. Your whole family is going to be blessed and be grateful that you did this work so they don't have to. Inside the program, I will walk you step by step to heal the root issues behind your anger, rewire your triggers with practical tools, and help you build a peaceful and connected home, all while keeping Christ in the center. You are not too broken. You are not too far gone. By the way, that's a lie from the enemy. With God's grace and the right tools and support, you can become the mom everybody wishes they had. If your heart is stirring and you know this is your time, head over to the show notes to apply to Calm Christian Mom coaching today, or go to emotionallyhealthylegacy.com/coaching. You are doing holy work, mama, and you don't have to do it alone. Happy Mother's Day. Hey mama, do you find yourself snapping over the smallest things, like spilled milk or constant whining, then feeling horrible afterwards? If you're tired of losing your temper and you want to show up with more patience, I have something for you. It's a free training called How to Be More Patient with Your Kids so you're not screaming over spilled milk. Inside, I'll walk you through 10 simple things you can start doing today to become a calmer, more Christ-like mom, even on the hard days. To get it for free, just leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and send a screenshot to hello@emotionallyhealthylegacy.com. Or if you'd rather skip the wait, you can grab it right now for just $27. The link is in the show notes. Let's help you become the peaceful, patient mom your kids need.